Okay, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another session. We have been on fourth unit of research and publication ethics, and here we have been talking about a very important issue, that is open access publishing. The basic concept of open access publishing we already have discussed in part one, that now UGC or these kind of education institutions, they want that whatever article we write, whatever research we do, it should be published in online journals so that it would be available for all, for everybody. Those who are interested in reading your paper, they can access it from any part of the world. They can be from any country, they can be from any institute, or maybe from any remote area, maybe any village from India. If he or she wants to read your paper, they would be able to read without any cost, without much efforts. What they need, they should have internet connection, and they should have some instrument like laptop or mobile phone, and they should have Google search engine, and then they can see that yes, your paper is there. So now you would be more famous because many people will be reading your stuff, your articles, your research paper. So this is the basic concept. And why this concept of open access, that we already have discussed, that it's a double cost for the researcher, because when they send their paper for publication, sometimes they need to pay for that. And not only they pay for publication, but when they want to read, or your friends wants to read your paper, what they need to do, they need to subscribe it, and for subscription they need to pay money. So who gonna benefit out of this? The publisher. And so to overcome from this issue, now government is looking for some kind of option where whatever we publish, it should be in open access, and anyone can access your journal, your article. And the main benefit would be that a lot of people will be reading your research, and it will give you advantage because the quality of your paper will be high. Then you will see that a lot of people are reading your paper. Beside that, the impact factor of journal will increase. Not only the impact factor of journal, the impact factor of your article, the impact factor of you also will increase if things are in open access. 24 hours, anyone can access your paper, can read your paper. So I welcome you all once again in today lecture 11, and we are here in second part of open access publishing. So we already have discussed predatory journal. We will put some light on that. And the most important thing we're gonna discuss today, that what is the criteria, how to identify predatory journal. Because when you want to send your paper for publication, you will see thousands of journals available. But which journal is the authentic journal? Which journal you can rely upon? So, and how you can check which journal is the trusted one? So that we're gonna discuss today. So we'll discuss about one software, one website. It called Think, Check and Submit. So that we will discuss. This website, when you open, it will guide you how to check a journal and how you can see that this journal is a reliable journal. And finally, we will move from what you call reserve, or the C, where everything is under control. So we'll move away from controlling to open access. So we'll talk about that. So what is the option? The option is called Creative Commons. So we start today, and I welcome you once again all. And so we are gonna discuss with our first topic, that is predatory journal. And you all aware of, I believe, because we already have put some light on this. A predatory journal is a publication that actively asks researchers for manuscript. If you are not interested, even then you will receive a message, you will receive an email, that you can send your paper for publication, you can send your manuscript for publication. And the beauty of this predatory journal is that they have no peer review system, without any peer review system, and no true editorial board, no editor, nothing like that, and are often found to publish, I mean, not so good paper, and we call it worthless paper, right? So you will receive, you start searching journal, and now Google has this kind of programming. If you start searching something, you will see something will come within 24 hours on your YouTube, or maybe on Facebook, or you will receive some kind of advertisement, you will receive some kind of email about that particular service or product you are looking for. So when you start looking for journal, you want to send your paper for publication. If these are predatory journal, then you will see you start getting a lot of email, you start getting a lot of response about that particular journal. So they persuade you to send your paper for publication, right? And here, very important thing when we talk about predatory journal, so not only they motivate you to send your paper, but also they are looking for huge publication charges. So now you need to be bit vigilant, you need to be bit attentive, that you should not indulge in such kind of activity where you see the journal is constantly, consistently sending you email, sending you message, and they are persuading you, motivating you to send your paper for publication. And maybe in starting they are not mentioning anything about charges, but once you have sent your paper, your manuscript, then they send you a reply that okay, we accept your paper, now you need to pay this much amount. So here the main problem arose long time back, maybe 3-4 year back. And this problem we all aware of. So in the newspaper, you all aware of the newspaper The Hindu, they published one article. The article title was "What is Predatory Journal" by Avasthi Pacha, and the date was November 28, 2017. And what here the main summary of that article, you can see recently the Hyderabad based OMICS group, which publishes over 700 journals. Can you think of journal? Can you think of a publication house? I mean, a publication house can publish 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maximum 10 journals. But here you can see they had been publishing at that time over 700 journals. And they were in news for deceptive business practices. I mean, that is not honest or bad practices. So the US Federal Trade Commission charged OMICS group with making false claim about peer reviewing and listing editors. So they were not having any peer review method, they were not having editors, but they were claiming that yes, they have. So this was a false claim. And who have not agreed to be associated with the journals. So there were no editor, no peer review group. So this US Federal Trade Commission, they charge this group for making false claim. Now, this is the main concern. I told you earlier also that India has become a hub of predatory journal. You will see in India huge number of predatory journal. So the number of predatory journal is increasing day by day and also getting more difficult to identify. So here the main problem is you cannot you cannot decide your own which is a right journal, which is the journal you can rely upon, which is more authentic, or which is the predatory or duplicate journal. So here Jeffrey Biol, a librarian at the University of Colorado in Denver, first coined the term predatory journal. So he was the person who coined this term. We call it predatory journal, and maintain a listing of predatory journals. So he came out with an idea. Let me find out which one is the duplicate or predatory journals, and which was later taken down. So he has noted that. So Cables International launched a revised version of the list called Cables Blacklist, which can be accessed for a fee at the company's website. With over 4,000, you can see with over 4,000 predatory journals, according to Cables Blacklist, here are a few things to look out for and sign that give away a bogus journal. So approximately they identify 4,000, more than 4,000 journals. And here you can see list of Beers criteria for identification of predatory journals. So now here question arises, when we have these many predatory journals, how we can identify that this journal is a predatory journal or a duplicate or bogus journal. So first you can see, I'm just going a bit fast because this bit we have discussed, this already we have discussed. First, very important thing, no single individual is identified as specific journal's editor with no formal editorial review board. Second, the editor and or review board members do not have any academic expertise. Third, provide insufficient information or hide information about author's fee, right? Then no proper indexing. The name of journal is unrelated with the journal mission. The name of journal does not adequately reflect its origin, whether it's from India or from any other country. The publisher has poorly maintained website, right? So there may be a, when you read their website, you can read, oh, mistakes are there, especially grammatical mistake. So that you can see. Now the publisher make unauthorized use of license image. So a lot of images, a lot of things are available on website, but you cannot copy it as it is, or you cannot use it for some commercial purpose, right? So you need to take permission, you need to take some copyright, and you need to take license. So whatever paper we have, whatever things we have, when you send it for publication, who gonna keep copyright of that? It's not you, it's not your university. You have written that paper, you have done that research, you have conducted all research your own. When you send it for publication, who has right to keep copyright of that? The publisher. So when they have a right of copyright of that particular paper, then they can use that paper to mint money. But here we are saying that there should not be any copyright, there should not be any copyright issue. Let us move from copyright issue to open access, right? So that we will discuss later. And then another thing which can help us to understand how to identify predatory journal, so that is republish paper already published. So these are few things you can see, and they can say that we are the number one in the world, we are number one in India, we are leading publisher, right? So they don't have any proofreading, they don't have any copy editing, they publish not academic at all, maybe different they publish different articles from different subject. But when you think of a good journal, basically they are subject specific, and they don't mention, last you can see a contact, and contact is not there, how to send your paper, how to contact with the editor, that's information is not given. So here you can see one example, I'm not going to read it. So but before you submit your work to journal, use this checklist. So this checklist is from, first we, here you can see the software or website. The website name is think, check, submit, right? So what they say, first what you need to do, so here be vigilant, be bit more attentive before you send your paper. Do you know that particular journal? Do your colleague know the journal? First things. Can you easily identify and contact the publisher? Second very important thing. Is the journal clear about the type of peer review it uses? Is that information available? Are articles indexed in services that you use? Is it clear what fees will be charged? Do you recognize the editorial board? Is the publisher a member of recognized industry initiative, that is COPE, DOAG? So these are international organization, these are international depository also, right? Here you can see we have been talking about these all step by step, guidelines which help us to understand that this journal is duplicate or this journal is authentic one. So before you go further, this is the website. The website name is thinkchecksummit.org. Right, so before you send your paper for publication, what you need to do, you need to see how much you can trust a particular journal, how much trustworthy a journal would be, and that you can find with the help of this particular website. Let me open for you. I hope I can open. Yeah, here you can see everybody. Think, check, and submit. What you need to do, they will give you time to time different kind of information. Here let me show you something. What you need to do, you register here through email, right? And then time to time they will give you information. Let me see if I can run this.
You've done your research and are ready to publish. Sharing your results with the world is key to the progress of your discipline and to your career. Publishing your work with an untrustworthy journal has the potential to damage your career. With the number of journals growing at around 3.5% annually, and almost 1,000 new journals launching in 2014 alone, how can you choose a trusted journal for your research? Think, check, submit. Before you decide, step 1. Think. Can I trust this journal with my research? Do I need more information before I can decide that this is a trusted journal? Step 2. Check. Does the journal publish research that you would read yourself? Can you tell which organization publishes the journal? Can you contact them easily if you need to? Does the journal have editorial policies in place? And do they conduct appropriate peer review? Does it charge publication fees? And are they clear about how much they cost? Do you know the names or reputations of any of the editorial board members? Are articles in the journal indexed in any of the services that you use? Step 3. If you can answer yes to most of these questions, then submit. By following these 3 steps, you can identify which journals will reliably publish your work and make an impact in your field. When you finish your next article, remember to think, check, then submit. Check the website for more tips to help you find a trusted journal for your work.
So okay, so here a little bit information about this website. You can see thinkchecksummit.org, right? You can subscribe it, and here you see the guidelines. First, about think. Are you submitting your research to a trusted journal or publisher? Is it right journal or book for you for your work? Then check. Here you can put this checklist to assess the journal publisher. So let me click it for you, everybody. So here you can see reference the list for your chosen journal to check if it is trusty. Do your colleague know the journal, right? So these all are guidelines you can go through, and these all gonna help you uh, to select authentic, trustworthy journal, right? So beside this, here you can see that this is the home page, and time to time, just give me 1 minute, let me on it first. Okay, it's done. So this is uh, and here you want to know more about this. It's let me click it. About the Think Check Summit, help researchers identify trusted journals and publishers for their research. through a range of tools and practice sources. This international cross, so it's an international website. So it's aimed to educate researchers, promote integrity, and build trust in credible research and publication. If you are interested, contact, right? So this is more information. And good thing you remember we talk about Committee on Publication Ethics. So here you can see this also. We were talking about DOAG, Directory of Open Access Journals. So here you have a directory of open access, that how many open access journal we have. You can read those journals, you can see that article, and you can send your paper for publication, right? So I hope we have discussed this about this particular website, and I request you all, please go through this website, and it will help you somewhere to understand more about authentic or trustworthy journals. So here a little bit more about this. So we already have seen on the website, think, are you submitting your research to a trustworthy journal? So here you have some more points. You need to take more research is being published worldwide. New journals are launched each week. Story of publisher malpractice and deceptions are also on the rise. It can be challenging. So these are very, very common issue. I hope you understand. Think about it. Then check, have you read any article in the journal before? Is it easy to discover the latest paper in the journal? Can you easily identify and contact the publisher? So these are, something you need to understand. You need to check. You need to check with the journal these sources, these guidelines, these things are available or not. If these things are available, then what you need to do, you're ready for submitting your paper, and you can submit your paper, and that would be yes to most all of these questions. Now you need to you're very confident that you have selected a right kind of journal, right everybody? And we have, how to check if a journal is peer reviewed. So now you know that this is open access. Now you understand that, okay, if these things are mentioned on a journal website, that would be authentic kind of journal, and now you can check it. Now second question arises, because now when you are ready for getting job, or when you are going for promotion, at least your paper should be peer reviewed. So how to check it that these journals are available, having a peer reviewed, right? These are peer reviewed journal. So we have, so this is the second software, second website. You can see it's a Ulrich web. So this, let me click it for you, and then you will be able to see that with this particular source, with this open website, you can become a member, right? And this will give you a kind of information. Once you log in, you register yourself. Once you log in, then you can go and search that, okay, whether this particular journal is having peer review or not. So that you need to check, but before that you need to log in, or you need to register yourself. So here I am trying to click, but before that I need to register myself. Then it will give me permission to go further, right? So let me see. Again, I have to put my login. So that is available in different language. Here you can see, if you are interested in English, so you can see your journals in English, and it will show you that how many journal, what kind of journals are available having peer reviewed process, right? So this is the second option, second website which we have been talking about. Now then a very important thing, how do you know that this particular journal published in hard copy or paper form, or these journals are available in open access? So now we have directory of open access journals. So third software, third website, let me open it for you. Here you can see DOAJ, and what you need to do, you click on it. Here you can see they have covered approximately 11,951 journals. Without APC, here you can see journals 16,000, articles you can see 6 lakh, 6 lakh 51, sorry, 65 lakh 16,427 and in 80 languages. So you can put journal name and you can search whether this journal is available in open access or online or not. So now we have approximately 16,846 journals, 65 lakh 16,427 article records. So let me click on these journals. It will really show us what kind of journals. Here you can see the number of journals, right? So you can go further and you can see now you have this also, which subject you are looking for. Right, so you click here for a subject like social science and then check, and it will show that these journals are available in open access. So this is the another kind of website. So I hope you all are noting down the different options, different website, and this website help us to find out the authentic journal, then help us to see whether that journal is peer reviewed or not, and whether that journal is available in open access or short form or not. And now we want to know, is there any difference between free and open access, right? What is free access or open access? So see here, this is bit technical. An article is free when it is freely accessible from a journal or repository. In case of open, it must be available for reuse. That is very important. So which article you are looking for, free or open? So we all are looking for open access, open article, because it is available online, plus you can reuse it. The way to reuse is possible with Creative Commons. Now as you remember, I said that we should move away from, have some kind of, right, that publisher they have control over all publication, not only a publication, all articles. Now they become the author. They have a right, right? So how to move away from that right to open? If this is under control, this is under, rights, so people will not able to read it. So what we are going to do, so let me show you before we go to next discussion, let me show you what we're going to discuss in the next next chapter, next discussion. So here we have this creativecommon.org. This also you can see, this is the fourth website today. These are these discussion are more, what you call practical discussion. So here you see we have Creative Common, and this is the website. You can check anytime, and they have a guidelines. That guidelines we will discuss in next session. So here you see registration for virtual, sorry, we are not going to cover this. Let me show you. Okay, this is, here you can see the growing commons, 2 billion work and counting. Explore these featured Creative Commons license resolved below. So these all are photos, you can see like photo. So can you use this photo? So a lot of website they say that you cannot copy it, you cannot use it, you cannot reuse it. For that you need permission, and for permission they charge huge amount. So not only this photo, not only this video, not only this content, but your research paper also, if this is under different, what you call, control, different rights, then you can't use it. So next discussion gonna be on Creative Commons. So we here I stop this session, this discussion, and now we move to next session, that is Creative Commons, that is moving away from copyright to open access.